What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Rundown Podcast. Always, I am your host, Michael, alongside the man of the hour, Mr. Jeff himself, in his cute little polka dotted button up.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, and of course, we have our lovely guest host this week, Miss Luna. Do we prefer Luna or Kindred Luna?
It is Luna, but I am from Kindred Luna. 5862 on Twitch. I can't get my actual gamer tag.
Right. We are so happy you're here. Thank you for hanging out with us for a little while we talk some some cyberpunk and all this other bullshit that's going on.
Absolutely.
As you all know, this is the Rundown Podcast, Charleston's own gaming podcast, where we take a little deep dive into what's going on this week. We've got just a little cyberpunk news, not a lot, not a lot to go off of. There's no refunds or bullshit happening with them. There's no lawsuits or anything, so you don't have to worry about talking about that. Twitch is banning some words, and Tom Cruise decides to go ape shit on some people. Don't know why. So
I know why on that one.
I'm excited about that one. Dude.
I fucking hate this guy so much.
But he wasn't doing it to be a dick on this one.
That and just a little bit more. But first, before we get into all of that, how's everybody doing? How's everybody's week? We doing okay? Christmas is almost here. How we feeling? Feeling good? Feeling jolly?
I hate my job.
Okay, all right. That's three of us. Keep going. Let's see.
Yes.
We're all
Starting
on the
off
same
on
boat.
positive notes this week.
I mean, it is what it is, unfortunately. Like, other than that, I'm doing okay. It's just my job kind of pissed me off yesterday. Badly.
Yeah, they got to hear Mama Luna.
No. No one got to hear Pissed Off Luna yesterday, so
Oh, damn.
we'll just go with that.
I mean, that's kind of the cool thing about what we do too, right? Is like, go to work, we stress out all day or all week, and then like this is our relaxation. This is our decompressing. This is like our therapy, sort of. That's the way I look at it.
Depending on I think it's depending on what game you're playing, because some people will come home and then they'll play like highly competitive games that are just as, or if not more stressful.
Right.
So you're just stressed out 24/7.
And that shit's so funny too. It's just like, how much money do you have where you can keep breaking stuff?
Right, exactly. Like, how many tables do you have to buy every week?
Exactly.
Let's just break all the things.
What you been up to this week, Jeff?
Just what I do. Oh, I had a really cool stream on Friday. I did like 90s nostalgia, so I just played a bunch of like PS1 games. So that was pretty neat. Just little clarification. We are spoiled as shit now.
Mm-hmm.
Because like those games are horrible. They do not translate well. But yeah. Enough. Other than that, I've completed the campaign for Cyberpunk, so that was exciting. So I'm starting to go back and do little side quests and missions and stuff like that. Other than that, just normal week. That's it.
Is it still taking up a lot of your time? Or are you still gonna play it as much, or are you gonna play it for a little bit longer and then kind of maybe move on to something else? I don't know, maybe Valhalla. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I need to finish up Valhalla, so I'll probably get all the big stuff in Cyberpunk that I want to get, because there's quite a few collectibles that I want to get, and then once I get past that, I'll probably dive back into Valhalla.
Well, if you need anything at all, I just hit the 70-hour mark. Have my skill level's like 198. I'm your boy. Got you.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah,
Right.
he's been grinding those
I
towers.
am so obsessed with that game right now. It's ridiculous. I just got 2 of the 5-piece Thor set. If I can get one more set, I'll be eligible to get Milnor. Super excited about that. Just saying. Don't mean to cut you off, but go ahead.
Mjolnir?
Milnir, yes. What did I say? That's pronounced right?
Mjolnir.
Milnir.
Meow meow.
Meow meow. Yum, yum, yum. Speaking of meows, apparently there is a secret cat you can get in Cyberpunk.
There's a
Like
lot of cats you can get in Cyberpunk.
ooh,
Did it?
Like
I did that.
like a pet, like a pet.
Oh.
I think it hangs around your house or whatever.
they're yeah. Okay, so I don't want to spoil anything, but there is a cut scene where there is a cat that you interact with, and I don't know if that's the one that you get later on down the line or not. But there is a cat that is that you do interact with. I know that.
There's a couple of cats you can interact with throughout the game.
Yeah, like you pet them and stuff.
I've interacted with them.
Yeah, hell
They
yeah.
all look the same, but they're there.
Yeah, they all look like ball sacks.
The technical
Oh, they're
term is
sphinx. Oh, they're
sphinxes.
sphinxes.
Yeah, they're sphinx cats.
What the fuck
They're,
is the
great-
plural for sphinx? Sphinxes? Sphinx? Just I don't know.
Spanx.
Spanx.
Sphinx.
I got a lot of spanks around my house. Anything else with you, buddy? What you got? 90. Oh, you did your 12-hour stream, dude.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that, dude. That was fucking incredible. So all the people that were a part of that, thank you guys fucking so much because that was insane. A lot of people popping in. Not Your Parents hit me with a 66-person raid. So, and that was at like the 9-10 hour mark.
Mm-hmm.
So if I didn't seem enthused, I was just exhausted and overwhelmed at the same time. But that was incredible. A lot of people came to support. Michael, you were there. Luna, you were there. Tosca ran the entire thing with me from ding to dong, like from the time I hit start to the time I rated out. So he's a fucking trooper too. And you know, Evan came in there, Tay was in there, Southpaw, everybody, all my peoples were there. So it was exhausting, but it was a lot of fucking fun.
Who did you raid?
Oh man, I sound like an asshole because I can't remember. It's
Oh,
6
shit.
a.m.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Fuck, dude, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. But I hit him with. I had 24 when I rated out. So
Nice.
uh,
Yeah, because you got rated with like 66.
yeah, I got rated like 4 times. So yeah, but I'd send everybody to him that I had left in chat. And they did what Team Tosca does and fucking went in there and supported the shit out of him.
No, dude, it was a fantastic stream. I tried to be there beside you. Unfortunately, my OBS could only take about 10 hours of stream. And then it cut off at like right at the 10-hour mark. Because I stopped at like 4 a.m. I was gonna go till 6, so I almost made it.
Yeah, it can only take 10 the first time, but 12 the second.
Oh, okay. Stretch out them cores and threads a little bit.
It takes practice.
It does. You're right. You know, you're not gonna get the first try. It's not like what you see in the movies. You know.
Yeah, you just got to spit on it a little bit. Luna, tell us about your week.
Oh boy. Where do I even begin?
Gaming. What you been playing?
Monday?
Oh my god.
I don't know. Some people start on Sundays, Jeff.
Actually, my week did start on a Sunday this week.
Oh, nice.
But no, I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk. A lot of Cyberpunk.
How are you enjoying it? I know there's a lot of like mixed reviews.
Negative feedback.
Yeah. So how do you personally feel about it?
Despite all the bugs in the game and how things are going with it, it's a pretty good game. Like, I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's got really cool mechanics to it. Like it gets shit on a lot, but like if you overlook all the negative shit, yeah, like you said, it's a great game. Like, it's beautiful. It's fun to play. So how far in are you?
I was still doing like a bunch of like the little side missions. I did the meeting with the Japanese guy Goro. Like, I met with his friend, quote unquote friend, and then we talked to old lady Wakako.
Oh yeah, she's such a
Wakako.
weird. Wakako.
And we did that, and then that's as far as I got into like the main story. Um, but I've been doing a lot of the side missions, trying to get money, trying to see what else was out there. I did find Skippy, the talking gun.
I love that gun. I'm so glad you told me about that.
Apparently, he's tied to a quest, but I don't know what quest it is yet.
Yeah. So that quest is literally just in your quest log. It unlocks at some point. I forget when. But all you have to do is just go pick it up. That's it. But it's neat. There's like a little trick mechanic to it, and I don't want to like spoil anything, but yeah, it's neat.
As far as my week going, I mean, it's been okay. I haven't really had much time to like game or do anything really for myself due to the fact that I work a weird schedule and just trying to set up my entire day is weird. Like, so I work 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Oh, that reminds me of like a food and bev shift.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get up around 8:30, depending on if I want to sleep in a little bit or if I have to cook dinner that day for me and my roommate. And then I do what I gotta do. I walk to the bus stop, get on the bus, go downtown, and my trip normally takes me about 2 hours to do that.
Easy. That's so great. And then, how far did you say that you live from work?
I live about a 15-minute drive from work.
Dang. So, like, say for instance, you had to be there at 9. You only have to leave at 8:45, but the bus makes you leave at like 6:45.
If I had to be there at 9,
Yeah.
there's not a bus that runs early enough for me to get there.
Jeez, dude.
So technically, if you're working at 1, you're having to leave the house at 11 something, 10:45.
I have to leave the house no later than like 10:20 to get to the bus stop. And that's with me taking my time because it's been cold in the mornings. It's not great. Sometimes there's rain and there's all kinds of people and the roads be busy.
Wow, dude, that's incredible. I couldn't deal with that. So, like, my hat's off to you for even putting up with that shit.
The patience, yeah.
Yeah.
It is running my patience thin, though.
Oh,
Good shit.
Okay. Well, my week has been full of Assassin's Creed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't played. Well, I take that back. I did play. I spent like 4 hours playing Prop and Seek with John because he had never played it before. And it was the funniest.
Prop and Seek is so much fun.
It was so funny watching him get drunk and play this game. It was so great. It was great. He would just randomly like, bro, he's like, I'm a fucking tree in the middle of a warehouse? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? It was great. It was great. So I played that with him the other night for about 4 hours. I played, it's Prop and Hunt? Or Prop Hunt? On the Call of Duty one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played that for like an hour or so with Ramrod and Evan. I played some Call of Duty with him just because I'd been, we know Evan. He works, night shift, so whenever we can get in there and game with him, we do. So I was able to get in there and game with him for a little while. But other than that, getting ready for the holidays and straight up Assassin's Creed. Grinding it as much as I possibly can because I love that game.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys have any big plans for the holidays? I mean, I know with it being, pandemic and everything, it's kind of tough, but I don't know if you guys have any specific plans or anything like that.
Not really. I think wife has to work Christmas night as always. Christmas Day, we'll do the thing with homeboy back here. Get up, presents, breakfast, lunch, watch a Christmas Story like we always do. It's kind of one of the very few traditions that we do have is we always watch a Christmas Story.
Yeah, dude.
There's that. Like I said, family
try out
lives
with it.
away, so we pretty much just do our own thing. And to be honest with you, like I don't know. This is just for me personally because I don't have a lot of family that I have to travel and go see because I can't take time off for the holidays. Is after we get up in the morning and we do presents and we have breakfast and I open his toys and gifts and all that stuff. Um, after that, it's just another day. It's just chilling, hanging out, texting people, gaming, shit like that. But then for us, also, it's a little bit busier for us, especially just because his birthday is 2 days after Christmas. So then that's when we'll go and we'll drive and see the family and things like that. But that's on my end. So.
Right. Gotcha. What about you? Man?
I don't know. I'm still waiting to hear back from my family about doing anything. I don't really celebrate Christmas. I do the witch's sabbat of Yule, which is 11 days starting tomorrow and going all the way up until like the 1st.
Word.
It is just a time for family, friends, food, and spending time with those you care about.
That's right, and that's all. And that's all that matters, And sometimes, Yeah, that's pretty much it. I was gonna see if I can come up with something else, but you pretty much summed it all up.
Well, in the old days, there were orgies and running naked in the woods, but that's frowned upon. So.
Oh, that's what we do in my family all the time. So.
What are you doing, stepbrother?
Oh no, real dad.
Oh no,
real dad. Hold on, real quick. Who posted that meme? Was it you that posted that meme talking about what are you doing, stepjet?
That was me.
That was you.
Was me. That was
that
all me.
was fucking hilarious. Oh, I cried on that one. That one's pretty great. Oh no, stepjet.
What are you doing, stepjet?
Dude, Slaps, I understand, man. We're gonna have an orgy and run naked in the woods right after this podcast.
This is a rundown orgy. Come on.
But
spelled with UM, not OME.
So this year is a little different for my family. Like, I have to be very careful.
Okay.
I don't want to like throw her business out there, but
hold on. I'm sorry. Whose business? Your mom's business?
Yeah, my mom's business.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Gotcha.
Yeah. But I mean, they don't watch this, so.
Come on, man. You got to get them on here, bro. Come on, tell your parents. Tell your parents we'll have them on next week's episode, man.
I know, right? Shit, they can barely get FaceTime to work on their phone. No, so like, she was diagnosed with cancer at the beginning of the year. She's good now. She just did her last round of chemo. Had the operation, got it, like 90-something% cleared out. So she's good now, but I had to be really careful this year about going home to see her because with chemo lowers your immune system, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
it absolutely wrecks it.
Yeah, so I had to be super careful about like who I was around, what I was doing. So like I tried to stay home as much as possible and like only hang out with people that I knew really well. So this year, like, it's gonna be a little different. Like, we're just gonna stay home the entire time. We're not even gonna go do our usual Christmas dinner thing, because like she retired at the beginning of the year too. So like,
hell yeah, good for her. I mean, that's a shitty way to start your retirement, but at the same time, like, good for her.
Yeah, and she's been a fucking trooper, man. But we usually like go to Outback and just go like stupid on food.
Real quick, what did your mom do for a living? I feel like you've told me this before.
She worked for this company called Smith Cooper. Is basically like.
Okay, that's completely not what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought your mom was like
she's
a librarian or like a post
marketing for OnlyFans. That's what she.
Well, no, I don't know why I thought she worked for like a post office or she was a librarian. Like, that's the job that I don't know.
I hate it here.
I don't know.
No, you don't.
No, she Smith Cooper is like a wholesale plumbing company. So like they sold parts to companies that went and built like office buildings or developments or whatever.
Look at her making the community great. I love it.
Yeah, so she did a lot of purchase orders for stuff like that. So, but yeah, so like they would always give her like a little gift card for Outback, like $100, $150 or something like that. So we just go ape shit on.
Not bad.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so we always go to Outback, but this year we're just going to stay at the house and hang out. I'm going to convince them to watch both seasons of The Mandalorian because
Good
that's
luck.
just. Oh no, it's going to happen. So
Uh-huh.
like we usually.
If you love me, Mom, you're gonna watch this.
If
no,
you love me, let me go.
I mean, ever since 2015 was when Force Awakens came out.
I remember.
Every year.
I want to say I remember that because you took them to see the last Star Wars movie, didn't you? Didn't y'all go to the theaters and see all that together?
Yeah, every year because they always come around out like around Christmas time.
Right. Yeah.
We would go see the new Star Wars that was out.
Okay.
And then Star Wars has always been our thing ever since I was a kid. So blame them for my nerdiness. But
Oh, your fault.
yeah.
Oh, your fault.
So yeah, we're gonna definitely do The Mandalorian. Just hang out. We're gonna watch fucking Jingle All the Way too. That's gonna be one. If you guys haven't seen Jingle All the Way, it's the best Christmas movie there is. I swear to God. But yeah, so it's gonna be a little chill this year. Nothing big, just the three of us. Be down there for a few days. So yeah, won't be streaming, but I'll be present.
Sorry, I am also drinking on stream. Pardon me.
Bro, okay, imagine the first time that we can get Luna on here. She's drinking and I'm not.
I don't want to hear it. Like most of your streams include you drinking.
I was about to say I've not done one sober hardly ever. But yeah, so my liver hates me. But other than that,
I don't drink that often anyway, so it's not that big of a deal.
right? Oh, so she's gonna be sloshed by the end of it because guess what? Guys?
Oh, I
Luna-
have a high tolerance to alcohol.
Okay, good. Because guys, in case you didn't know, Luna is here for the Rundown Podcast, which we're about to jump right into, and also immediately after that, she's here for the Rundown Retrospect. We're gonna get to know her a lot more, kind of hang out, shoot the shit, and just have a great time with one of our favorite people. So hopefully you guys stick around for all that.
Yeah, the interviewer is getting interviewed.
Right? How crazy? Dude, we have fucking Luna on here, dude. I'm excited.
And it's a face reveal. Like, you guys get my first face reveal. Like, I don't even have that on my stream.
Yeah, you guys should fucking feel privileged.
You're all welcome. Santa delivered.
Yeah, Santa delivered. I was going to use my laptop for this, but someone's like, hey, what's the closest Best Buy to you this morning? And I'm like, why? Merry Christmas. Go pick it up, bitch.
Yep.
I felt like that was exactly the text thread too.
No. It
was a
lot
phone call.
nicer than that.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he woke my ass up this morning.
Woman, you told me you were laying into bed relaxing. You didn't say you were sleeping because you sounded awake when you answered.
I may or may not have been awake. It's just.
Did you go back to sleep?
Yeah.
You did. Okay. All right.
We'll grab a drink. We'll jump right into this.
Yeah, grab a drink. We're gonna jump right into it. Again, like I said, everybody, we have everything from CD Projekt Red's lawsuits to Tom Cruise deciding to go apeshit on a couple of people as a hypocrite, and Vin Diesel is now apparently the president of video games. Don't exactly know how that works when you're like super race car driver in space. I don't know. So yeah, we're gonna jump all into that right now. You ready to go, buddy?
Let's do it, dude.
All right.
I'm ready.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
most ready.
Let's see what we're gonna do. You know what? I want to go into this. This one's fresh on my mind, so I wanna go ahead and get into this here.
Which one?
I want to get into Tom Cruise admonishes Mission Impossible 7 crew over COVID-19 protocols. This is from IGN's Adele Akers. A recording emerged of Tom Cruise berating crew members on the set of Mission Impossible 7 for allegedly breaking coronavirus-19 or COVID-19 safety protocols. The Sun published the audio clip of the actor's furious rant, which was reportedly triggered by two crews standing less than a meter away from each other at a computer screen on the set of the forthcoming Mission Impossible movie, which is currently being filmed at Warner Brothers Studio in the UK after it was cleared to resume production. From a quote from Tom Cruise says, "If I see you do it again, you're fucking gone." Cruise warned the two rule breakers in the leak recording. We are the gold standard, he continued. They're back in Hollywood making movies right now because of us, because they believe in us and what we're doing. I'm on the phone with every fucking studio at night, insurance companies and producers, and they're looking at us to make their movies. We're creating thousands of jobs, you motherfuckers. I don't ever want to see it again, ever. The cast and crew of Mission Impossible 7 has been poised to shoot a major sequence in Italy in February, but that was halted due to the pandemic, with production on the Tom Cruise-led film shutting down indefinitely for several months. During the time, Cruise and his team tried to figure out a way to create a safe environment in order to get production back on track by September. You can tell it to the people who are losing their fucking homes because of our industry is shut down, Cruise added, reiterating the impact and consequences of breaching the safety guidelines that have been implemented on set. I'm not going to put food on their table or pay for their college education. That's what I sleep with every night. Excuse me, the future of this fucking industry. So I'm sorry, and I'm beyond your apologies. I have told you, and now I want it. And if you do it, you're out. We're not shutting this fucking movie down. Is it understood? If I see it again, you're fucking gone. He concluded in his very impassioned speech, do you understand the responsibility they have? Because I will deal with your reason, and if you can't be reasonable, I can't deal with your logic. You're fired.
And then Robot malfunctioned and then went straight into the Jerry Maguire speech. Show me the money. All right, look, I get it, dude. I get it. All right, like I know. Okay, I know you don't. I know for whatever reason that somehow Tom snuck into your house and pissed in your Cheerios while you were at the table.
I prefer Lucky Charms, but go ahead.
Sorry, but dude, we're all freaking the fuck out, right? We're all stressed. Like whether you think it's like, you know, to whatever degree or whatever, it's affecting everyone. So like for him to freak out, I get it. To that extent, I think it's fucking hilarious. But like you gotta think too. There's thousands of people on a movie set, right? Like,
yeah.
If one person has it and then they're not following the safety protocols, and then like the other person's not following the safety protocol, then that just spreads it out further, right?
That's true science. That's true facts. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, numbers exist. They exist.
Yes.
But yeah. So like, I mean, like, was the freak out that necessary? Probably not. Like,
No.
But still, you know, I mean, whatever.
All right, cool. This is what I got to say. Here's what the fuck I got to say. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh shit! Hang on a second, real quick, because this is 2 firsts for us,
Yes.
guys. We got fucking Luna on here. 3 firsts. Luna's drinking. I'm not. Luna's first time face reveal, and the first Twizzler freak out.
It's a 3 for 3, baby.
Dude, this is a good episode.
Okay.
Go for it.
Number one, he's a hypocrite. Because if you sit here and look at because what you don't know is the only thing that you know right now is the altercation that went on that between him and the 2 guys standing less than a meter apart from each other at a computer. Okay? We don't know anything before, and a lot of people don't know afterwards. But nobody is talking about the pictures that are out of him doing the exact same thing next to somebody else on a set with no mask on. So don't sit here and fucking talk shit and talk down to these, these workers if you're not going to follow the same fucking protocol. I mean, he's literally in the picture standing this far apart from somebody else. He doesn't have a mask on. The person that he's standing next to has the mask down below their nose. Don't fucking do that if you're not going to follow the same rules. That's number one. Number two, there's no reason that you need to talk to people like that. I mean, we understand that, you're a somewhat accomplished actor. That's great. That's fantastic. But you still need to treat a human being with respect. And I mean, like, I understand that, yes, this does suck. It sucks for all of us. There's been a lot of bad shit that has happened in 2020. People have lost family members. I have had a stroke, just the whole 9 yards. Like, this shit fucking sucks. But I'm just curious. And I think this is where the more retail side of me comes out and the more like food and bev side of me stuff comes out is, do you think you'll get a better response from someone if you fucking berate them like that, or if you just say, hey, look, guys, we're trying to create a safe environment here. A lot of these people count on us to have jobs. If you don't mind, we have safety protocols that are in, that we're trying to, stand by and run by. If you guys could please make sure you're wearing a mask and kind of step far from each other. It'd really make me, a lot happier. I really appreciate you guys. Like, I think personally you would get a better response out of that instead of using the fucking F word 3 or 4 times.
The fucking F word?
So, I actually know a little bit more about like the situation due to me watching YouTube drama channels.
Right.
One of the people I follow, she does her research. Like, she goes deep into shit. Apparently, they've had to postpone shooting before because of this, because of people not following protocol. And Tom Cruise put his money up for people. He like bought and rented out a like an entire old cruise ship for people to stay on while they filmed.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me be devil's advocate for a minute. If someone's wasting your money because of they're not following the protocol and stuff, and who knows like what that picture that you were referencing was even about, like maybe they had to discuss something that wasn't exactly protocol, so to speak. Because it does happen. Some things you do have to talk quietly. Some things you do have to talk about quietly on a set because you're surrounded by microphones. You can't get heard. If someone's talking with a mask on, I don't know. Have you ever had to try to talk to somebody with a mask? You talk louder than you have to because of the mask.
Yep.
And
I'm sorry, I was reading the comment.
Things with that is it's just like the movie industry is dying because of COVID. HBO Max or whatever is starting to take away from actual theaters because movie producers are teaming up with them for their subscription service to have movie releases at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I was having that conversation with Jeff, or it was either Jeff or my wife, that movie theaters, unfortunately, they're starting to become a thing of the past. It sucks.
Yeah.
And Regal, I think, like the big, especially one of the bigger ones down here, has started to close some of their stuff. I think the one on Harbison is closed.
Yeah.
What? The one with the fountain?
Yeah, I think that one's closed.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I've taken so many pictures in front of the mountains with ex-girlfriends. Damn.
And then the AMC is still open, but I think they have like exclusive sponsors and stuff.
Look, I'm no angel. I'm not. Okay, I stand less than 6 feet apart from people. Jeff and I, we've filmed podcasts in the house this whole entire year. We're literally sitting right next to each other. My only thing is.
So you can't even comment on him being a hypocrite. You're a fucking hypocrite.
I can comment on him being a hypocrite because I'm a hypocrite too. What I'm saying is I don't think that's the kind of response that he should have given, number one. Maybe that's the kind of response you should have given, which I don't know this part because this could have been the second or third time that he's had to say something. When you have to say something 3 or 4 times, then okay, cool, I get it. Maybe you need to go off a little bit so that they understand the point. The second point was... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the only point. That was all I got. That was it.
Wow, there's just one big old point.
Just one big. No, don't be. No, I think it's awesome. Yes, I did hear about that, and I do think that's awesome how he's able to put his money together and be able to afford things like that.
But he also he kept people on a cruise ship.
You know all about that, Jeff.
Well, no. What I think is funny about that is that was the thing, and when this first happened, right? There was a cruise ship that was stuck out for 3 weeks or some shit. It was just floating in the fucking ocean. We couldn't come in.
The
'Cause
start of what was like the year of disasters.
Yeah, dude. Like, so like I don't know. That's kind of funny. And like Ebox made a fucking really cool point. It's like it's not his issues with Tom have nothing to do with the movies. I get it, dude. Like he's for one, he's like one of the head of the Scientology things, right? I know, right? But
My God.
I like the dude's movies, man. Like they're
And
good
I,
to
and
me.
I love you, and I have nothing against your love for cheesy ass action flicks. I don't.
I hate it. I hate it here.
I'm just.
God.
Thank you for helping all those people with those jobs. I don't think you should have, fucking
Tay's also
ran.
right, though.
Yeah, bad publicity is still publicity. Right, 100%. I agree with that. You know, they all do some dumb shit to keep their name. You know.
Are you kidding me? Jake Paul and Logan Paul literally do dumb shit all the time just for publicity.
Bro, Jake Paul's about to fight fucking Floyd Mayweather.
He's about to die.
Conor McGregor, too. I mean,
Yeah.
He's about
to
die.
Jake Paul got literally threatened by Irish mob because of that shit.
Bro, like he's about to have 3 funerals. Like it's yeah, anyway, most people slip some the intent to be safe for yourself and others is important. Exactly, dude. Like as long as you're making the effort,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like that's the best you can do, right? Like we all fuck up, right?
It's also
like,
stressful in the movie set.
I mean, I don't, but I understand where you're coming from.
right. Well, I mean, like, dude, like how many times have you guys gotten out of the car to go into a store and be like, oh shit, my mask, right?
Twice.
Today.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it. We've all done it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Today.
like,
I think
unless,
honestly, I think and I actually know the last time I came to your house, I went to the pig and I walked in and forgot my mask. So, I mean, I turned around, wiped back out, and went and got my mask, but I did forget when I went inside.
Yeah, exactly. Don't tell the people we shop at the pig, dude.
What are you talking about, man? That's homegrown. You know, that's local, buddy.
The Piggly Wiggly.
That shit's
Oh my!
I mean, I
goodness.
shop at Harris Teeter now, but whenever I'm near your house, I'll stop in the pig.
this
We have
motherfucker.
one Piggly Wiggly in downtown.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a Harris Teeter anymore.
That's how you know you're in the country, right?
We don't have a Harris Teeter though. They
No?
closed those.
Oh shit.
They're all over down here. There's 3 literally right here in West Ashley.
Oh, I know they're all over in Charleston.
All right, number 2 on the list today. Twitch bans the use of. Can I hold on?
As long as you're not calling anybody that negatively, you can still use the words.
Okay, I was literally about to say. I was like, hold on. Can I read the article of what I can't read, what I can't say on something that I'm actually streaming on? Twitch bans the use of simp, incel, and virgin as part of a new harassment crackdown from Joseph Noop over at IGN. Last week, Twitch announced changes to its hateful conduct harassment policy, including disallowing the use of terms such as simp, incel, and virgin when used in a derogatory fashion. The new policy will start on January 22nd and is effectively an update to Twitch's evolving hateful conduct to determine whether a behavior is abusive and violates our guidelines rather than relying solely on perceived intent, suggesting the company's hopes to shut down bad actors who feign ignorance of unclear guidelines. Using terms like simp, incel, and virgin as an insult to negatively refer to another person's sexual activity is not allowed under the new policy. Twitch's COO, Sarah Clemens, said during a Twitch town hall stream, in addition to the policy change, we're also proactively denying emotes that include the term simp, and we remove them when reported. We will keep doing that once the policy changes. Twitch also updated its hateful conduct and harassment policy page with a new section on sexual harassment. Twitch notes that sexual harassment can take a multitude of forms, including an unwelcome sexual advance and solicitations, sexual objectification, or degrading attacks relating to a person's perceived sexual practices, regardless of their gender. Other notable inclusions are degrading another person by accusing them of having sexually transmitted diseases. I'm sorry, Jeff, I'll stop. Suggesting a person's channel is popular only because of sexual favors. Okay, I'll stop. Using the whisper function to send unwanted sexual comments to another user. Luna, stop. Commenting on someone's sexual prowess or lack thereof. Threats of
Jeff,
releasing.
stop.
Threats of. And I love this one because this one actually goes back to a Pornhub article that I read, and yes, I read their articles. Threats of releasing revenge pornography. You can read the whole full policy stage and everything over at IGN. It's a really in-depth article, and I actually do like it. I'm not going to necessarily say I agree with all of it, but I do understand where they're coming from. Jeff, you want to take it off?
Can I start this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
So most of the words, like the keywords that they have right now, is all pointed towards men. The 3 words specifically, they're all pointed towards men.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, you do have some females who will take that and run with it wholeheartedly as insults and stuff. But the fact that especially one of those words exist and just thrive on the internet, literally to make a girl's life hell. Like incels are all over the place, and they will literally sit there and just troll a girl because they're not getting what they want.
Mm-hmm. Which that's a new term that I actually just learned what it meant yesterday.
Which one?
Incels. It's involuntarily celibate.
Yeah.
They think it's the girl's fault that they can't get laid.
Incels don't believe women deserve basic human rights.
They don't.
Oh, wow. Well, and then another one. What about calling a girl prude?
Yeah, men can get away with a lot of stuff about calling a girl, and it goes unnoticed. And not saying girls are completely innocent in this, because you do have like some of the main top girl streamers, the e-thotties, who just like straight up show cleavage, like low cut cleavage. God forbid they'd make a wrong move and a titty pop out. Like,
and that's what people sit there for hours waiting for, right?
Yeah.
And then like when they don't get that, they get pissed off, and that's when the shit starts, right? It's fucking like,
I mean,
dude, guys,
and
come on.
A couple of channels use, especially the term simps. They use the word simps as like a term of endearment for their viewers. Like, I know a couple of girl streamers out there that do that. Like, oh, you guys are like the best simps ever.
I know her.
Yeah.
And it's not like she's meaning anything wrong by it. It's just like,
and I think that's one of the things where it's like, you know, one bad apple spoils the whole bunch here is, you know, you have the ones where, you know, they turn it and they make it degrading, but then you have the other side where, you know, you have a group of friends who want to be able to use that term because everything's, and you know, it's we're all just joking, trying to have a good time, but unfortunately you can't have it both ways.
And I'm going to be real with you, guys came up with the word for simping, came up with the term simp.
Yeah.
So you hear that, men? It all starts with you, aka
it really does.
Tay Dorps.
Men are disgusting, dude.
They are. Tay Dorps quoted that last week.
Yeah. I mean, like, why are you going to get mad at somebody for supporting someone? Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I wish there was more. I wish there was more. I don't know whether you want to call it bots or just kind of countermeasures in place to kind of determine whether or not it's being, you know, degrading or not. You know, like prime example, Taydorps having an emote or, you know, in a what's the thing called? The letterbox thing, your about me box doohickeys. Things that Kyle makes. Those.
The emotes? Banners?
Yeah, the banners. Thank you, the banners. Where you have like banners or something like that, you know, that says it, and then some kind of countermeasure that could detect whether it's being, you know, said in, you know, in a hateful way on a Twitch comment or, you know, some sort of inbox or something like that. You know, it's, you know, that's my opinion. I never really use them to begin with, so I don't really have a whole lot to say on this matter. I mean, I know people that do, and the way that they use them, and fortunately enough for me, it's all in a good way. Um, so yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
oh, sorry, Luna, go ahead.
yeah, it is used a lot in conversations, and most of the time it's for guys to brag on other guys with. Like I haven't really seen a girl use simp in a negative term.
No.
Hmm. No, but a guy like say for instance, if you're in a girl's stream and you throw some bits or donate a sub or sub yourself or whatever the case might be, and then that other dude just like doesn't want to or can't afford it or just whatever the case might be, then that guy calls the guy that did it a fucking simp because he's supporting a content creator that he enjoys watching. Like
Exactly.
it's just toxic as fuck, dude. Like just cut the shit out. Like I'm sorry, like you're broke, whatever. Move on. It's here to enjoy the show. Like it's not a
Sorry,
big
you're
deal.
not as blessed as the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean it's not even about that. It's just like you there's no causality for you to be like, oh hey, you're a fucking simp because you gave her what's a bit like a 10 like I don't even know how much a bit
It's
is.
10 cents, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's
fuck
10
off,
cents for
dude.
one bit.
Like it's 10 cents. It's not a big deal. Like we appreciate all the support, but like it's you calling somebody a simp for giving someone money that they enjoy watching. Like, dude, like I'm sorry, you don't get any fucking viewership on your own. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, just don't be a piece of shit. Fuck.
Moral of the story: don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Everybody's just gonna be a piece of shit on that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I personally, I don't see this going away anytime soon. I really
No.
don't.
Oh, I don't either.
I think
Yeah,
this is something that they're going to struggle with for a while.
right, dude. Like, hey, as a content creator, like, fucking get your bag, baby. Do what you got to do.
That's
Shit.
right.
Fuck.
Yes, we did steal that quote again. Number 3 on our list of news articles today. Vin Diesel is the president of video games. Didn't know if you knew that. You know, you probably didn't vote for vote for him, but oh
So,
well.
Not my
so
video game.
how is the bald gay man a president of video games?
Vin Diesel has joined developer studios Wildcard as an executive producer on Ark 2, the game he also stars in. As detailed by The Hollywood Reporter, Diesel will act as the president of creative convergence at Studio Wildcard, as well as playing the character Santiago, described as a freedom fighter who will appear in Ark 2 and Ark, the animated series, which was announced alongside the sequel during this year's Video Game Awards ceremony. Diesel said in a statement that he is excited to join the Studio Wildcard team to develop the story both in-game and in the new animated series. Studio Wildcard CEO Doug Kennedy also added that Diesel has played 1,000 hours of Ark Survival Evolved and understands the game intimately, which explains last week's surprise trailer appearance. It's worth noting that this is not Diesel's first foray into game development. The Hollywood star actor founded Tigan Studios in 2002, which contributed to the development of the Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay and Willman, and the Fast and Furious Crossroads.
Oh, those are old games.
Did he get fired from movies?
I
don't think so. But I mean, it does make sense for like actors and actresses to start moving away from movies, though.
Right, like a lot of them are doing directing and producing, writing, all that stuff. So
yeah,
that's
it
cool.
opens their leeway, on it's basically put something on their resume for them to be able to venture off into if they can't get an acting job.
Right, that's what I was like. That's
no.
why I was like, did he get fired? Because like he's literally only made Fast and Furious movies for like the last decade.
Yeah. I mean, could they be coming to an end? Maybe.
Well, Bloodshot was never mind. Bloodshot was separate, but like,
he had free time.
yeah, that's just so weird, dude. Like that's, I mean, it's fine. Do what you want to do. Like, I mean, people are your fan base is still going to be there, right?
Right.
So like, that's cool. I just personally, I've never played Ark, so I don't know.
Ark is a fucking huge game, dude. Like, It's extensive. There's dinosaurs, there's dragons, there's giants. Yeah, he has voice Groot.
I forgot about that. I don't count that.
Really,
There's
I
giant
mean,
birds.
yeah, we don't count that. No, I mean, I think on one hand, I think it's cool. I mean, again, you do you, boo. Like, if you want to make a video game, you want to become president of, Creative Convergence. Didn't know that was a job, but apparently it's a thing.
I think it's
for a
just a fancy
studio.
title they gave him.
Honestly, probably. Like, we need to. It's like when you get hired on a job, but they don't have a position for you, so they make a position for you. Like, I feel like that's kind of where it's at. But Ark is not a game for me. I've tried playing Ark. I don't care for Ark. I would rather play one of the other more, survival adventureless type games. But hey, good for him. I just thought it was kind of cool, kind of funny, Hey, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know it was him until like halfway through the trailer, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's Vin Diesel, dude."
Mm-hmm.
It's not that it doesn't look like him, because it looks exactly like him, but it was just like the way that it like played out in the trailer.
It looks like him, but a very aged him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's up in age. He's older than the both of you.
Combined.
He's like 50 something, almost in his 60s.
Yeah, he's old as shit, dude.
Damn.
I mean, I get it. Like video game acting is probably a little bit easier on the body than physical, like movie acting or whatever. But yeah, I mean, whatever, dude. Like, I mean, if you like art, hey, Vin Diesel's going to be in it now. So
he is 53 years old.
Yeah. I mean, that's not old as shit. The older I get, the more I was like, no, nothing's old anymore.
Okay, to put this in
That's not true, Avox.
To put this in perspective, he's too old to be doing these action films. He's branching out, and at least it's something he has interests in.
Yeah, for sure. Like the passion project is really cool, because that they're going to invest all their heart and soul into it, right?
Right.
I mean, it's just like Henry Cavill, Superman, The Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
He is an avid gamer.
Yep, and he was super amped to be Geralt. And I'm happy.
Yeah.
He did a really, really good job.
Oh yes, he did. He can come back and be
yeah, they did, baby. So I mean, but another thing too is I think he also understands that you're not going to be able to make these Fast and Furious movies forever, even as much as you try. You're just not going to be able to make them forever, and he's going to need something to fall back on. And I think it's great from that standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, we all got to move it. Like, if it's become too much on the body or the mind or whatever, and you got to find a different avenue of income, absolutely, dude. Like, do it up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the best actor? Not really.
No.
But video games might be a little bit better for him. And who knows? It's a different medium, so it's a time will tell type thing.
Right. Exactly.
A tale as old as time.
Song as old as rhyme.
Beauty and the Beast.
Fucking weirdos. I hate it here. For everybody that's still with or not for everybody still with us, because you're obviously still with us. For everybody joining us, this is the Rundown Podcast, Charleston's own gaming podcast, where we go over the news and tidbits of the week from all your little fun gaming news stories every Sunday as soon as we can. We're getting into the last story here of the day. I kind of saved the best for last, because I know a lot of us, not really so much for me on the hand, since I'm going to have a lot more questions for these two more than anything in the world, so I hope they're ready. Yes, that is my son's little feeties. As he hides them. So, Cyberpunk, guys. Where should I start? I don't even know where to start. There's so much of a mess. Like, I feel like I just dive in. That's
Ow. So, why don't we just start off with the issue that everybody knows?
Cool. Let's do it again. And I know the perfect title for that.
Lack of nipple customization. I want a patch.
So,
I'm gonna read this.
the game.
CG Projekt Red addresses why it didn't delay Cyberpunk 2077 again. I wouldn't say that we felt any external or internal pressure to the launch on the date, other than the normal pressure, which is typically for any release. CD Projekt has said that it didn't feel any unusual external internal pressure to launch Cyberpunk 2077 on December 10th, and explained that the decision not to delay the game was at least in part because it definitely did not spend enough time looking at compromised last gen versions. The company also explains that in theory it could have released the game on PC only. In an unscheduled investor call, senior members of CD Projekt were asked whether the company felt they had to release the game before 2021. Senior Vice President Business Development Michael Nowalski replied, "I wouldn't say that we felt any external or internal pressure to the launch on the date other than normal pressure, which is typical for any release. With major issues present in the base PS4 and Xbox One versions of the game, not to mention persistent bugs in the upgraded last gen, next gen, and PC versions, many have questioned why CD Projekt Red didn't delay the game further after 3 previous delays. The first 2 of which in particular were celebrated by many fans, showing a dedication to creating a polished product. In fact, Nowalski seems to imply that the company simply didn't realize how broken some versions of the games were. It's more about us looking, as was previously stated, at the PC and next gen performance rather than current gen. We definitely did not spend enough time looking at it." You don't say. As part of the same line of questioning, the board was also asked how the game passed certifications on Xbox and PlayStation, which appears to come down to trust from console companies. In terms of the certification process and the third parties, Nowalski explained that this is definitely on our side. I can only assume that they trusted that we were going to fix things upon release, and that obviously did not come together as exactly as we had planned. In a separate question, the board asked if the company could have simply released a PC version of the game on December 10th and delayed the console release. In pure theory, if we had decided that the day before launch, then yes, we might have released just the PC version. He went into further details about whether those discussions took place. However, Nowalski went on to make it clear that it wouldn't have been impossible to release a next-gen version alongside PC.
So,
fuck the broke
gamers,
kids, right?
gamers are notoriously toxic.
Some more than others.
Yes, some more than others. Um, they may have not felt the outside pressure, but it was definitely there, especially when they were getting death threats.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to say though that between Anthem and Cyberpunk had much more of a successful release than Anthem did.
Yeah, it's just but it's weird because like Cyberpunk had a better release, right? But they didn't react to Anthem this way, which is weird, right?
And Anthem broke more things than Cyberpunk did.
Yeah,
like
Anthem bricked consoles, like so
across the board. Like it was unplayable for a long time.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that the developers did not make anything that they promised for the gamers to play.
Division. Sorry.
All right. So okay, but why go to the extreme length of removing the game from the store? Like, I get it. You can still do the refunds. You don't have to like make it unable to be purchased. It's just I don't know. Sony's weird, man.
As far as I know, Sony's the only one that's doing that. I think Xbox still has it on their store as of right now.
Yeah. They're doing refunds too, right?
I think they are doing refunds, but I don't think they're going to remove it from the store. Like,
for what?
For me, I have an Xbox One X.
Meats.
It runs well. Like the game itself runs fantastic. There's a couple of crashing here and there, but it doesn't make the game unplayable.
Right. It's not a big deal.
Anthem, on the other hand, I can't tell you how many times I sat on a frozen screen because Anthem decided it wanted to crash.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, so they had a lot of gameplay issues too, and the crashing and the bricking, and it was, and like all that plus lack of content as well, right? Cyberpunk does not lack in content. I think that might be what's holding it back, and like what's kind of affecting the performance is because there's so much in the game file itself.
That could be the case though too. And Sony's always looking for a scapegoat. Like
Mm-hmm.
they knew that the PS4 couldn't keep up with the Xbox One beforehand. Just on performance basis. Like granted, the PS4 is a good system. I'm not gonna trash it. Like it's a solid system. It plays, it does things, and the exclusives for PS4 are great. But the Xbox One and its predecessors are statistically better.
They are. The Xbox Series S does, or Series X, excuse me, does true 4K, as to where the PS4 Pro is more of an upscale 4K, whether it's processing or, load times. No, I definitely can't fault you anywhere on that region. But that brings me to my first question. Can we no longer trust CD Projekt Red?
I don't think that would be the case. I wouldn't trust BioWare over Anthem because Anthem was a BioWare game. And is a BioWare game. Like Anthem 2.0, I will maybe check it out and give it the benefit of a doubt, but I don't have much faith in it.
I will tell you this one thing that it and I said it before, and I became a hypocrite in the fact that like I said I would never pre-order a game again after
was it not Anthem?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah,
it was Anthem.
And then I still pre-ordered, right? And then Avengers came out, and I was like, I'm never gonna pre-order. And then I was like, fuck it, I'll pre-order Cyberpunk. They've had 8 years to make this, and then I did it, and then all this shit went down. And I was like, so now like my pre-ordering concept is null and void. Like no more, never doing it again. And it's not that like I'm not salty. I enjoyed the game. I finished the campaign last night. I enjoy it. I played the hell out of it. But regardless, it still kind of jaded me to pre-ordering a game before knowing how it performs. So that's
this is the part I don't understand. This part I don't understand is, and I think this has a lot to do with trying to make a game for how many different consoles now? PS4, Xbox.
It's at least 5.
Yeah, at least 5 different. I mean, are we including PC in that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we're including PC. How do you have all of this problems and bugs and bricking and everything else for something you've been working on for 8 years? There are fantastic games that I know that have taken half that time that don't have any of these problems.
So I think a lot of it is with the older systems like PS4 and Xbox One, like the true Xbox One and even the One S. I don't think they can keep up with like the graphics demand and the even the information demand that the game has.
right.
They are older systems. I would suggest that anyone who does have it and plays it, I would play on the Xbox One, on the One X. Like it runs at an optimal speed for me. The graphics aren't as bad as a lot of people are letting on to be. Granted, they're not like PC graphics, but they are still really good and really decent graphics. Like I love looking at Night City.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So is this proof that trying to create games on both new gen and old gen consoles is a bad move?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I would definitely put in the work and research of trying to figure out what is optimal for the older gens.
So here's my take on it. You should have advertised it as a next gen game. If you weren't going to focus on old gens as much as next gen, don't make it for old gen as well. Like that would have driven more people and more sales and more pre-orders to the newer consoles.
But they did.
Right, but I'm saying, but they still said like, I'm saying like just make it just for PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. Like just those consoles. Don't even make it for PS4 and Xbox One. Like if you knew that those new consoles were coming out and you weren't going to focus that much on the older consoles, then just don't do it. Right? Like I mean, if that's your mindset is to just focus more on the new stuff, then just don't even do it on the old stuff. Like don't piss in our face and tell us it's raining. You know what I mean?
I mean, and they didn't even necessarily say that because they even spoke up about that. Like they admitted they were wrong for focusing on the newer gen games.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's get into that real quick. We did get an apology from CD Projekt Red. And I'm not gonna read the whole article. I'm just gonna read you the apology letter and kind of get your takes from that. First of all, we'd like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Second, we will fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience. The first round of updates has just been released, and the next one is coming within the next 7 days. Expect more, as well as we update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch number 1 in January. This will be followed by patch number 2 in February. Together, these should fix the most prominent problems gamers are facing on last-gen consoles. We will be informing you about the contents of each patch ahead of the release. They won't make the game on last-gen look like it's running on a high-spec PC or next-gen console, but it will be closer to that experience than it is now. Finally, we would always like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with their purchases. We would appreciate it if you would give us a chance, but if you are not pleased with the game on your console and you do not want to wait for future updates, you can opt for a refund of your copy. For copies purchased digitally, please use the refund system on the PSN or Xbox respectively. For box versions, please first try to get a refund at the store you bought the game. Should this not be possible, please contact us at CD Projekt Red. We will do our best to help you starting from today. You can contact us a week up until December 21st. Humbly, everybody. PS, PC gamers will also be getting regular updates and fixes and improving the game. I mean, obviously, that's literally what you said. What do you think of this apology?
I mean, it's good on them. Like they're willing to take a loss, you know.
It's definitely a lot better than what Anthem gave us. It took them a year to even issue out an apology.
Yeah. I mean, and Evox made a really good point too, and Joker about Destiny. They said, well, Joker said, "Ditch the old, it won't hold you back," and I get that. Like the newer performances on the newer consoles are actually, you know, obviously going to be better for the game. But Evox said Destiny's a great example of a game that dug itself out of a hole. We've talked about games like that too, with No Man's Sky and stuff like that. But that kind of brings me to another question too. Like I like the apology's great. Like thanks. Like cool. Like I get it. You're willing to take loss on that shit. And that's fine. Because you obviously will. But can Cyberpunk bring themselves out of this hole? Can they become the game that they had promised us on all consoles?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I do believe that they can. And between some of the patches and fixes that they've already issued out for at least the systems, it's already improving the game.
Yeah. I mean, they just did a 17 gig patch yesterday or day before or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta update mine. I haven't played it since they released the new patch.
And I guess it fixed a lot of like side mission bugs and glitches and stuff. So,
I mean, ever since they started updating, I haven't crashed. Like the first time I streamed, I ended up crashing like maybe 5 to 10 times.
Yeah. I did
But
last night, but that was after like 6 hours of gameplay. So
So, with that apology being stated, one of the last final questions that I have is: when are we as gamers going to start holding game studios and companies to higher standard when it comes to the quality of their games on day one?
when we stop accepting 8-bit games as super cool, fun games.
yeah. Oh, Joker said no apologies, just results. Fucking bingo. Don't you should release. I'll accept it whenever they start putting out games that they don't have to come back and do this shit on, because this happens more often than not.
But at the same time, I think we as gamers are going to be super picky about what we play, anyways. Like, didn't Call of Duty, when it first came out, have a whole bunch of issues?
Yeah.
Cold War, the most recent one.
Possibly. I didn't keep up with that one. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Like,
Oh, that one's super buggy, dude.
and yet people are still doing what now?
Prop hunt?
They're still playing it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear people bitch about something that at least the game company is fixing.
Yeah.
When they sit there and play shit that's already still buggy.
Right, and that's and too, like Activision has created a franchise that's like basically copied and pasted
Over and over and over again.
exactly. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. We get Nuketown in this one. All right. Well, Nuketown's been there, right?
It's just a reskin of Nuketown.
Yeah,
Woo.
exactly, dude. Exactly.
It's a reskin of zombies. Woo.
Which I mean, it's cool. Like they brought it back. Whatever. Like that's awesome. But like, don't remake stuff and then just sell it in a whole new game, a whole full price game. I don't know. People like they've just like we drink like people that are in love with the Call of Duty franchise. Like I love it. A lot of people in the community love it. But it's still like it's like the Kool-Aid. Like we've drank it, we're in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People are just going to keep buying the same thing over and over and over.
You know what I thought was so funny about this whole situation was when they released that apology, I guess there was no communication between them and Sony. And so they were telling people, hey, if you bought it, digitally from Sony, go and get your refund back. And then Sony comes out with a statement the next day going, no, we're not offering refunds. Like, you can't do that. And now they just pulled it completely from the store.
I thought, dude, Sony's a little fucking crybaby, dude.
Yeah, Sony's a bitch.
But
and then
but
also,
see, go ahead. No, go ahead. Because I got one more thing to say before we get out of here.
How do you expect people to play on the newer consoles when you didn't make enough new consoles for people to even grab?
Bingo. Like,
see,
dude,
so I don't think that's where the issue lays. I don't think that's where the issue lays. I think the issue lays is I still think. Okay, what the hell do I think? I don't think there were enough consoles. I think there were enough consoles in regards to being able to get a lot of them out there in the time frame before Christmas that we were working on. I think the main problem with that where was all the bot protection? Where were the updated servers so that we weren't crashing trying to get one?
Was that one little fucking asshole that had like 3,500?
Yeah, there's a guy in the UK that apparently has like 3,500 of them, and apparently honestly, if anybody's interested, there's an article on GameIndustry.biz. People have found out who he is, and nobody's buying from him, so now he's just sitting there with 3,500 consoles in his basement.
Good, fuck him.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I do believe that straight up buying the first wave of consoles is a mistake. There's always going to be some issues with them.
No, and you're right. But, I mean, of course, there's not all of us, but there's a lot of us that gamers that always want to be able to have that day one feeling before everybody else. I mean, but with that being said, with all these troubles, I hope that Cyberpunk can come out of this hole because they have lost more than $1 billion in revenue. So hopefully this
I
will
think
teach them a
they'll.
lesson.
I think they'll be fine. Honestly, like Cyberpunk has already gained traction within different gaming communities that are supporting it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still gonna support it regardless because I bought the game. I'm enjoying the game. I don't have as many issues as the other people are having. I guess I'm lucky on console,
Mm-hmm.
but also you have PC players who are playing the fuck out of it and not even giving it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's gonna work out for them in the end.
I want to point on something that Carbon said too. He said makes sense on why Star Wars Force Unleashed won't make a third now. It's because Disney will mess it up. Disney didn't own Star Wars at the time Force Unleashed series came out, but they made Jedi Fallen Order last year, and that game is a fucking masterpiece. So
Yeah, Jedi Falling Order is a really good game. I think Force Unleashed. I think Force Unleashed kind of killed itself though.
yeah, like the second one wasn't as good as the first.
No, it wasn't.
I just wanted to point that out because I'm a big fan of anything Star Wars, obviously.
Same.
And then I'm a big fan of Jedi Fallen Order. So I think if the same company, if Respawn made a Force Unleashed instead of whoever it was back then, I think they would absolutely kill it. But hey, won't be pre-ordering it.
Yeah,
He'll just buy it on day one. He's not gonna pre-order. He'll just go pick it up the day it comes out. That was great, guys. I really enjoyed all of this. I think we hit on some very cool and awesome articles today that were super interesting and kind of funny. Luna, I appreciate you being able to give us your inputs and your thoughts on everything here today. Really enjoyed having you. For everyone that's still here, please do not go away. Here in a few minutes, we are going to jump into the Rundown Retrospect, where Jeff, I, and sometimes Evan, we decided to dive a little deeper into our streaming friends and get to know a little bit more about them, get the word out. Maybe you want to go check them out, see what they're all about. Because we care about the small streamers and we're all up and coming streamers that, whether we're doing this for some money or we're just doing it for fun, we're all here to make friends. So, y'all have anything else y'all want to say before we get out of here?
No, just make sure if you can't stick around, Luna, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch as Kindred Luna 5862. Also, the same is my username as Twitter and Instagram. I do have a YouTube channel. I'm still working out the kinks on that. There's one video on it, and that was the interview I did with Tosca. I still think it's the same thing as Kindred Luna's 5862. I do play on PC, but I also play on Xbox. If you ever want to try to hit me up on Xbox or something, DM me. Just DM me. Twitter would probably work better for you, for those of you who don't have me on Discord.
There we go. All right.
All right.
You can find me. I am the Hefe on basically everything. Twitch is I am the Hefe plays. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and then Twitch. That's about it. And the Rundown Podcast on YouTube. New episodes out every Tuesday.
That's right.
This one will be Tuesday. In case you coming in at the tail end.
Avox is like, thanks. I have no idea where to find Kindred Luna 5862. Again, thank you all for being here. Like I said, if you want to stick around as we dive a little bit more, dive a little deeper into Kindred Luna's, gaming history background, please stay tuned. And as always, I'm Twizor803. I am the Hefe Plays and Kindred Luna. And please, don't be a dick. And we'll see y'all next week.